hello there, YouTube, and welcome. I don't know what the temperature was this morning. I forgot to look, but it's 74 now. This is the warmest morning we've had in a while. In fact, the air conditioner in the shop, that's really rare for that thing to come on before midday, and it's already on this morning. It's kind of weird. I walked in and go, why is the air conditioner on? I look at my watch and go, good Lord, it's already 74 degrees out here. What in the world? But it's supposed to be about 95 here, and close to 100 in Vanchulo. So, Sasha, you better not get tangled in around that clothesline pole. He's looking for that cat up in her apple tree over there. Anyway, welcome to what is the moment beautiful, very comfortable Wednesday morning. But unfortunately, got to go to the job. Well, it's not bad. It'd be nicer if we were already retired, but it's not a bad job.
Yo, come on.
79 degrees and not a cloud in the sky. It's gonna be a hot one today, Mama.
It's gonna be hot.
It's supposed to be I guess, is this the hottest day of the year, or?
Well,
We've had
one of them.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah.
It's supposed to be 95 or something like that today.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a cooker.
Yes.
Christy left a little 12-pack of soda in the back seat of her car, and Raylan said, "Mama," he goes, "those sodas are in the heat in the back of the car. They're fine." She reminded her 3 times, and she says, and not in a very nice way. "I told you they'll be fine." She goes out to get in her car this morning. They had exploded.
Yeah.
Sometime yesterday.
Yeah, it got too hot.
When your 6-year-old daughter tells you something, maybe you should listen.
Uh-huh.
That was crazy. Just uncapped them. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's messed up.
That'll be his cloth seats. That's going to be really interesting. It's going to be an ant farm in there.
Yeah.
Well, Mama,
Yes, honey.
we've made it to hump day.
Yes, we have.
All right. Let's go to the air conditioner's off, and it's getting hot rapidly in this car.
No rattle box.
All right, let's roll.
All right.
All right. Love, see you, bye.
I love you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Well, let's see if I can do a better job of pointing this stupid little pocket gimbal than I did yesterday. Half the stuff I was talking about, my hands are down here, and you couldn't even see. I'm just so used to point and shoot with a camera. Well, this thing is very weird to do that with. So the reason I didn't finish this thing up, in that last bit, is one, it's gotta be a nice thin coat on there, and so you gotta prep that. Then you gotta get it mounted in the bike, and the bolt's gone, and you need to have a certain amount of time to get that stuff torqued down, and use this fancy BMW stuff here. It's got dates on it, and I'm assuming that it was good. Looks like 5 of 33, 30 of 24. That's probably the week or so. I have no idea, but it's the Dow Corning product, and the little box over there actually has the product, the Dow Corning number on it, because we can't get this from BMW anymore. But it's a really good sealant. It's it's kind of like the Honda Bond, Yamaha Bond, but I don't know, it's totally different. And I've seen where other people have used other stuff on BMWs, probably replacing the clutch, like on a GS, and they're just weeping from everywhere. But anyway, I got it all clean. Use a rag with a contact or brake cleaner, and make sure the surface is dry on both sides, which they are now. I actually did it last night, and I just redone it again today, just to make sure. And yeah, there we go from there. Look, a piece of, it's just grunge. Kept a rag over it so nothing could get in there. But anyway, we're gonna do that, and I guess another one of the police bikes are coming in for a oil and filter change or something. Usually it's more than that when they bring them in. But here we go. Get this thing done. Holy moly. 91 degrees. Sure feels hotter than 91 degrees. So my old Android phone that I got for, doing the only thing I do use it for is the coding and resetting services and stuff on BMWs. You can I can install new TPS or RDC as BMW calls it sensors on those things. Man, whatever that newest Android update was took forever. Luckily, it allowed me to use it for whatever while the updates were installing, and it does a restart and does it all. But dude, it was at least an hour, maybe more, for that thing to install. I don't know. It's been a little over an hour, and I looked, and it was waiting for me to do a restart. But I checked on it at about 40 minutes, and it was 4 of 6, and it was 18% on the fourth one. So anyway, part of doing the clutch and stuff was a safety inspection, and got another one of those BMW batteries that starts the bike, but you get a warning that says, battery's bad, replace. It has 5% health. It's crazy. So that thing that one of the police officers or the patrolman heard about from up north there, that there's a bad batch of batteries. I don't know if this one just could be bad. I don't know if it's related or not. I can't look at those bulletins anymore, so I have no idea what it's all about. But anyway, when Kelly ordered that one for the police officer, he decided that one that I had to just keep that one because it was absolutely perfect. It was a BMW battery. I don't know how a battery sits 8 or 9 months and is absolutely perfect. It didn't take no time to bring the charge set 100%, but I watched the meter and it does its thing on the charger and brought it up as by the tool says it's 100%. But anyway, so we just put the one. So Kelly ordered 4. She ordered 5 of those batteries because 2 were, one was going to go in the engine, one was going to go in the secondary, and ended up just putting it in the secondary. So that's cool. And so we had 4 left. So I go up there, and Kelly goes, "What the heck?" She goes, "What's going on? There should have been 4 extra batteries." I go, "Yeah, you said you ordered 5, so we'd have 3 for stock." Well, I was asking, I said, how do we not have YTX 14BS and YTX 16BS batteries? Because like GSs and stuff take the 14. This is a 16. It's a 1 inch taller. The same dimensions in every way except for an inch taller. Actually, a little bit less than an inch. But anyway, he goes, "Well, we haven't sold any of those things." The records show we haven't sold one like in a couple years. So we have 4 extra batteries. She goes to get a battery, and there's only 1 on the shelf. So 3 have sold since those batteries came in. What was that, last week? And I put the battery in that other police bike. That's crazy. And still, there's no YTX 14BSs. I guarantee you, that's what I would do. I would, if I was in need of something, I needed it now, and somebody didn't have it in stock, I would just check somebody else. And yeah. So it pays to have these things on hand. The YTX 14BS and YTX 16BS, I don't know how things are now, but those are some very, very common size batteries. It's like not having a YTX 20 or a YTX 24 that all Spyders. Oh, you know how they switched? We couldn't get the Yuasa batteries like forever since the COVID era. And then, they were sending those Haiju batteries that were testing bad, right out of the box. And so we were finding Yuasas, we're getting them through Drag Specialties. And the only thing was it freaked the Spyder people out, because isn't that a Harley thing? Well, they do everything, but they do mostly Harley stuff. It's a Yuasa battery. It just has their sticker on it, And all those things come, they're pre-set up, and every one of them is just 100% ready to go. It's almost like they have them, like they're building them before they send them, You get the big old label, "Made in the USA." which a lot of people like that. But and the batteries are just absolutely durable as heck. Now there's some, there's Yuasa of Taiwan, and I think I've actually seen a Yuasa of China, maybe it was just a Yuasa of Taiwan, and their health never goes to 100%. It seems like it hovers around that 80-90%, which, I mean, that's fine, but I want them to say 100%. Everyone should be 100%. Anyway, something else, I don't remember what it was else. But the ones we got, we have to prep. So, which I don't mind that at all, because I do it. There's an old Honda way of doing that is absolutely a fail-safe, and that'll be one of the longest batteries you'll ever have. But you get the ones that are prepared, like the ones we were getting from BRP for the Spyders that are prepared. We go through them so fast they never get old. And like the ones from Drag Specialties, the same way. And I've put a couple of YTX 16s and stuff over the years, and probably hundreds of them. And the ones that we were leery of, the ones that were pre-set up, but they're always at 100%. We had different testers back then. In fact, I have one of the old Yuasa testers at home. Remember, I fixed the wires on it. They literally threw it in the trash can. It's funny. I got two of those things. He's still our service director. That Honda one that I have down there, it's no good to them because it produces a code because it's doing something else in the background that only Honda can see. So when you show what the tester said, with the voltage and percent of health, percent of charge, and then there's this, I think it's like a 7-digit code it produces. Well, that tells them everything. That code, it tells that the battery was left discharged for an extended period of time. Somebody had put it on a charger that was throwing a steady voltage at it for a period of time. And I get people all the time to go, well, I got a voltage meter on my bike and it always says 14 and a half. I don't know how it's different when your bike's doing it, and it's not steady. It is moving around, and you're only going to ride that bike for so long before you stop it and you shut everything off, and the computers are wearing on it. And when you hit that starter button, it's amazing what a single start, no matter how easy your bike starts, what a single start, how much it takes to put that back in. It's crazy. And that is never more obvious than the little tiny batteries they put in sport bikes. I've told you guys the stories of the guys with sport bikes, and they, live a mile away from work, for example, and they keep going through batteries because they keep coming back because it fails. They don't charge it because they ride it every day. Well, that's the guy that literally needs to put it on a tender every night when you get home from work, because they're starting it, taking a short distance, that sits at work, and then they start it back up, take a short distance back home. What we tell everybody, buy a godforsaken scooter, buy a Grom or something, something that, just the crankcase gas, the moisture in the crankcase burns out so quick on those things. I mean, really fast. And the little batteries, they're so small, they just, I don't know, they just seem to last. That being said, everything in my garage, no matter what size the battery, actually I think the Grom has a larger battery than my DR. I think capacity-wise, the physical size not as much. But you guys remember I went through a couple of those off-brand things, Bike Master and the Bike Master Plus, and one that's called Power Sports, I think it's called. It is a budget battery offered by Honda, because they realize not everybody's going to spend all the money for a fancy Yuasa. So anyway, that thing failed. I think I even was recording. I went to hit the start button. You hear a snap. You just heard this snap. What the heck? It sounded like a main fuse blowing or something. That battery opened up. It had no voltage. It just literally opened. And I brought the thing in, and I didn't have the receipt, so Kelly pulls the thing up, and it was literally like a day or two after the 1-year warranty. And Honda, they're pretty strict. That's it. It's 1 year. That's all you got. Probably had, maybe 100 miles on it in a year. I don't ride that DR much. I should, because I really like it every time I ride it. But I tend to ride it too fast, so, getting too old to be silly. That thing just makes me go silly. But anyway, let's get a battery put. Well, I got to get it serviced. That'll take a while, so I need to get her going. One thing Yuasa does, I think it's sometimes referred to as a dry charge or a vacuum charge, I've heard. But when you get these things, this is what you want to hear. Now, obviously I haven't opened it because it won't do it. But listen very carefully. Let's get here close. I'm going to put the mic right by it here. I'm just going to take this cellophane and pull it up. So listen. That right there is what you want to hear. That's absolutely guaranteed to be a perfect battery. If you open that thing up and it doesn't suck all that air inside there, your luck will vary. One other thing, we'll just call this Battery Tech Talk Day. One other thing that seems to be unique among batteries that you set up is how the bottle loads into the acid into the battery. You'll see that this thing is just very slowly. You can watch the levels very slowly filling that battery. This is a specific amount designed for this battery. Well, it goes real slow because the glass mat absorbs the acid. You're not just pouring acid into an empty cell like you do a conventional battery. So that needs to be slow. Cheap aftermarket ones will literally in the bag come with a stick pin, like you're going to hang a business card on a cork board or something. And they literally have you poke holes in this thing. And there's warnings if you read through the instructions things there. Absolutely under no circumstances do you poke them bottles. We've had kids that have dealt with nothing but cheap batteries, and they get a Yuasa and they go, it didn't come with the pin. So they go along to grab something and poke holes in it. There'll be battery acid everywhere because it dumps it faster than it can absorb it. And the other thing I do is I wait until that fluid reaches the very bottom, until that's my Android phone doing whatever Android stuff, freaking out. But anyway, I wait until all cells are empty, and at that point, that's when I hit the stopwatch. You need 30 minutes. Don't do anything to that battery for 30 minutes because it needs to sit there. Do not put that thing on the charger. You will shorten the life out of that thing immediately. Absolutely immediately. How much, I don't know, but it won't last no 10 years, I can tell you that. You'll be lucky, I would say 6 years if you didn't do it too terribly fast. Honda has a very strict way of doing these things, and that's the way all batteries came. None of them were, pre-set up, but people literally are so inept and will not read the instructions that they had so many batteries coming back failed. That was another thing too. If it was that tester will tell you, that code will tell you if it was charged before the acid melted into the glass mat stuff. I don't know how. There must be some weird thing going in there, but they can tell what happened to the battery. So when we do a battery warranty, we have to run it through that first, and Honda has to okay it because they just eating batteries left and right because dealers were messing it up, customers were messing it up, and it just became such a cost thing. And these things aren't cheap. I mean, this is less than half the price of the BMW battery, and that's still $146. But those Xide batteries from BMW are just ridiculous. The same thing, the Xide batteries for Harleys, it's just crazy. I mean, they're fantastic batteries, phenomenal batteries. Unless, the rumor I hear, BMW had a batch of bad batteries from Xide. So it's funny, I'm coming to work and a Xide battery truck was taking a shortcut through our parking lot. It was weird. Anyway, one more little battery thing. You guys have probably already clicked the, next video by now, huh? So I'll let the battery go through its waiting period. Oh, another thing, I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but I leave the bottle on there while it's, while I'm waiting a half an hour, because the thing will gas off. The battery actually gets pretty hot just sitting there. That's the other police bike's battery. So I'll leave that on there. The gas can escape a little bit from there, so don't be hooking up your charger and stuff like that, because those are highly explosive gases that come off of a battery. You don't know that. My son thought he blew his eyes out, and what was that, about 81, 82? Had to be an 81, because I was dating Kelly already. And I was charging the battery for this old station wagon, our family car. It was a 69 Buick sports wagon. And I was changing oil on my XL 250S. And I had you could remember where the drain plugs were on those, you could get them with a wrench. You didn't have to use a socket. Anyway, I had a 17 millimeter Craftsman in my hand. I'm walking back to the bench and that thing slipped out of my hand. There's that battery. My dad told me, leave them doors open, charge it by the door or just sit the thing outside, We'll be out here working, you make a spark and you blow the whole house up. Well, I walk along and that wrench slipped out of my hand. And it was like slow motion watching that thing fall, and it landed across, had the charger clips on there, landed across them terminals, and I seen a brief spark. And I'm screaming like the end of days was upon me. And I knew that, on the other side of the shop, going into the house is a big wash basin thing there, the big old square sinks. Well, I go flying across the shop heading that way. I can't see nothing. I mean, I was on the ground. I think it literally knocked me out for a second, because I woke up, I'm laying on my back, and I open my eyes and I see black. I see nothing. So I'm just screaming bloody murder. I go flying across the shop. Well, my mom's Cadillac was sitting there, and boom, I hit that. So I go skimming across the rear trunk. The rear trunk's about the size of that Spyder bench over there. Not really, but it's huge. And anyway, I make it in the door, and I get the sink on, and I'm washing. And well, I didn't know, but my sister and her boyfriend were upstairs, so they come flying down, and I go, "Is my eye still there? I blew my eyes out. I can't see nothing. All I see is black." They go, "Calm down. Just keep washing your eyes out." So I kept washing them. Then finally, I could see this silhouette of my sister and her boyfriend sitting there. And man, for about 2 weeks, everybody goes, "Dude," he goes, you smoking at work?" My eyes were so bloodshot red, crazy bloodshot red. But anyway, how I got into all of that, I don't want to be messing around with connections and stuff while that thing's breathing. So I leave the cap on, and then you got the little cap that you put on, and I plugged it in the bike, and it's charging itself. It's at 0.8 amps. It'll finish off at 0.4. I knew something was wrong when I hooked up to do all the, the resets and stuff on everything, because the bike started up, I let it run, make sure the oil level's right, and anyway, then I hook it up to the charger to do the diag stuff, and it was taking an awful lot of amps, and within no time it was at like 0.2 amps. Oh, I got to test it anyway. It's part of what I do, but I hadn't tested it yet. But I pretty much knew what I was going to find, and that's just what I found. They'll go to zero in like no time. It shows, the voltage was unusually high. It was 13.08, and it just hung there. And the charge shows 100%. Health 5. Done. Needs a new battery. But anyway, I think from here I'm gonna roll to the house and call it a day. It's 94 out there. It feels a lot hotter than that though, even with the breeze. But anyway, I'm out. Well, hello there, YouTube. 87 degrees here at the moment in Toledo.
Feels good right now.
Yeah. I only got the 94 in Vancouver, but man.
It felt a lot hotter.
Yeah, it was very intense. I mean, everybody was complaining about it. We've already had mid-90s here before, but that was like exceptionally hot for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe the humidity was really high or something.
The guys are painting all the outside of the building black for the new Can-Am colors, and you know, the BMW's gone, Can-Am's in, and man, that had to have been hot.
Yeah.
That fresh black top they put down and putting black paint with the sun beaming on it. I don't know how they deal with it, but anyway, I think we'll roll at that and get inside where the air conditioner's on and get nice and cool.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give your thumbs up, and you guys have a wonderful Thursday or Friday.
Heck yeah. We'll see you in the morning.
See you then.
Hopefully it'll be cooler tomorrow.
Yes.
All right. We'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye-bye.